Ka-too, ka-too, ka-too. Hey, David, you want a trip? K2 spice and other similar terms refer to synthetic designer drugs that mimic the effects of THC, the main psychoactive compound found in cannabis. These substances, however, are far from unnatural. Synthetic cannabinoids. Cannabinoids are lab-created chemicals sprayed onto plant material, often marked as herbal incense or a potpourri, and labeled not for a human consumption because it's not labeled for human consumption. It's not meant for human consumption. It actually lethal scrutiny. Despite these warnings, they are widely abused for their psychoactive properties. Ka-too, hey David, you want a trip? These substances are often deceptively packaged with alluring designs and sound and convenience. Stores, patrol stations, and online origins of these products are usually unknowable. There, if I go smoking K2O token, you know with the chemicals they obtain being produced in unregulated laboratories, primarily in Asia without any quality control or safety standards. Synthetic cannabinoids are most commonly smoked either in joints, pipes, or food devices like e-cigarettes. Sometimes users brew them into a tea for consumption. The plant material is a carrier for psychoactive chemicals, which are applied unevenly, but inconsistency leads to significant risks as one dose may contain a dangerously high concentration of chemicals. That's why my cousin's for permanently tripping for life in a loony bin. Insane asylum. And straight check like a heavily bad for Arkham Asylum. The efforts, the effects of K2, K2, hey David, you want to trip? The effects of K2 spice on the brain can be severe and unpredictable. Users have reported experience acute psychotic episodes, paranoia, baloney, and hallucinations, dependence on and withdrawal symptoms are also common, making these substances are very highly addicted to synthetic cannabinoids. Highly addicted to synthetic cannabinoids. Illinois State Sen. Bill Hain aptly described the mental impact of these drugs, saying if someone has to pursue K2 or bath salts, when I smoke basses, eat your fucking face, away goes to that, eat basses, eat your fucking face, away goes to them, cannibal, Hannibal Lecter, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that someone has to pursue K2 or bath salts, when they are in a desert, as far as life is concerned, they have lost the joy of life. That saying shines a light on the stark reality faced by those who turn to synthetic cannabinoids. Ka-too, David, you want a trip? Their use often leads to a loss of mental clarity and emotional well-being. You can read spit a rapper for indeed. The psychic toll of K2 spice is equally concerning. Adverse health effects have included elevated heart rates, seizures, kidney damage, strokes, blood pressure spikes, even organ failure, vomiting, tremors, intense agitation, and numbness are not uncommon. Alarmingly, these effects can't persist long after an individual stops using the substance. Rapid, relentless, unlike regulated substances, synthetic cannabinoids are produced with no concern for a user's health. It's made with no concern for the user's health. The government knew what they're doing. They're doing experiments. I'm tripping again. I'm tripping for life on K2. I said just like my cousin and Looney Bin, a Saint, Arkham Asylum, blah, blah, rocking heavily back and forth in a straight tip, blah, 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 rocket. But it's stop making that rocket. Stop, David, I'm trying to sleep, blah, 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 indeed. The chemical compounds used are often stronger and significantly more harmful than natural THC. The process of spraying these compounds onto plant material is uncontrolled, resulting in inconsistent dosages. This lack of oversight makes the risk of overdose extremely high, as users are unaware of just how potent the dose may be. Indeed, currently K2 spice and other synthetic cannabinoids are classified as a Schedule 1 substances in numerous jurisdictions, meaning they have no accepted medical use. I used to abuse it legally. It used to be legal in every corner store in Cincinnati and Albany. Yeah, medical use and highly potential for abuse. So it's not made for medical abuse because it's highly potential for abuse. While many specific compounds are banned, manufacturers quickly adapt by creating new variations to sidestep regulations. Synthetic cannabinoids like K2 and spice. I'm out that K2 spice. All right, now I'm smoking ice. I used to smoke K2. I used to smoke K2 spice. Now I'm smoking ice. Synthetic cannabinoids like K2 and spice are sinister products masqueraded are as harmless alternatives. They're disguised as alternatives. They're disguised as K2 spices. They're disguised as healthy alternatives. Disguised as a alternative, but it's really a demon, a night disguised as an angel of light. K2 is a demon, a night disguised as an angel of light. rhyme all night. There is a new designer drug that threatens the health of anyone using it. It goes by the harmless sounding name of bath salts. I'll eat smoke the bath salts, eat your fucking face. Mechanical and electric chain exchange on massacre. Known by a variety of street names such as Bliss, a blue silk, and vanilla sky bath salts. These bath salts are not intended for use in the bath. They have no use other than to get high and rhyme. Psychoactive bath salts, PABs, psychopathic bath salts, PABs. Like all psychoactive drugs affect the brain, perception, and mood. They are central nervous system stimulants that can lead to serious. Why so serious? I'm delirious. How delicious the lyrics. Sometimes permanent or fatal reactions in users, abusers. And as a new drug, most of what is known comes from clinical reports from physicians and reports from users, and reports are frightening. For example, authors of September 2011 article in the New England Journal of Medicine described PABs as possessing the worst characteristics of the lysergic and LSD, spent PCP, angel dust. PABs usually are ingested by sniffing or snorting, but they can also be taken orally or put into a solution and injected and spent. And it can be injected like meth or like a heroin. It can be injected with a needle or razzle purple snapple, which is a magnetizol, an effective way of assisting friends to abandon the use of peyote. Would be for believers like yourself who are themselves imbued with the teachings of and determined to live in accordance with his laws, to assist their fellow to understand the importance of turning wholeheartedly to the manifestation of God for this day, and giving up particles that conflict with his teachings relentlessly in the specific matter of the use of peyote. House of Justice is given to understand that in the United States at this present time, the use of peyote for any purpose is prohibited by the law. The use of peyote is prohibited by the law. I'm spitting it all. Smoking peyote, bath salts, and K2 spice. K2, David, you want to trip? Spitting right, smoking spice again, and I'm smoking on that crystal ice. I switched from K2 spice to crystal ice. I'm puffing on that magic dragon, puffing on that crystal ice. Puffing on that crystal ice, baby. There's a rhyme on Monopoly, somebody puffing on that magic dragon. I'm forever puffing that infinite dragon. I'm forever puffing that infinite dragon. Again. Skinny like a Starbucks drink. Zero sugar, zero guilt, and full of almond milk joy. Skinny like a microwave meal, perfectly portioned and easy to count. Skinny like 2 Diet Cokes and a cigarette for lunch. Skinny like Adderall. I'm popping that Adderall. A high dose for hot your grays. I was doped up on Adderall. I was only 3 years old. That's what created me and caused me to be an addict in the first place. The way it goes today. Skinny like late nights and random with strangers. Skinny like virginity. Skinny like binge, purge, repeat. Skinny like perfection, like mints and sadness and tight little swimsuits. Skinny like disorder. Skinny like control, out of control. Skinny like a diagnosis. Skinny like control, out of control. Skinny like a diagnosis. Skinny like suffering. Skinny like me, indeed. Tuesday night Adderall highs. Strung out on sleepless Spotify. Rhyme all night. She told me that he was burning alive. He told me that he was burning alive, not literally but inside, so that he feels palpitations every time. Every time he thinks he might go back, like his heart is a jar full of moths. His heart is a jar full of moths beating against the glass. I told him we are all breakable, but that he is going to make it through. He asked me if monks can really spontaneously combust. I replied no, but they light themselves on fire as a way to protest. He says, oh. Then he says, I want to protest against Adderall, Cymbalta, and marijuana. He still can't focus. I still can't focus. I need my Adderall, rattle on my Adderall. I need it to focus. Rattle on my Adderall. I need it to focus. Well, there I go. I'm a hocus pocus. I need it to focus. Hocus pocus. I need ice. Adderall to focus. Cocaine. I'm snorting cocaine. I'm doing all of these drugs, not just ice. I'm puffing on that infinite dragon. I'm puffing on that crystal ice. Stay there. Rips again, puffing on crystal ice, baby. Cocaine. I'm also doing cocaine. Every upper drug 2.0 plugs you know, just as true. Cocaine Cocaine is just a way of life. Remind us that not all that glitters is gold. Not all that glitters is gold. Cocaine is gold. Cocaine glitters, but it's not gold. Cocaine is just a way of life. Reminding us that not all that glitters is gold. The white line dances with both whisper and promises, and the echo of regrets. Is seductive and sparkly cocaine, and knows how to make an entrance. Once bitten by the cocaine bug, turn back isn't an easy feat. It lures you with whispers of greatness, but demands a hefty price. In the embrace of cocaine, we find a fleeting sense of eternal youth. And cocaine is just a substance. It's a siren call. It's not just a substance. It's a siren call from a midnight sea. Indeed, the appeal of cocaine is both tragic and thrilling, like fireworks and a bottle of lightning. Fractal, but better not dram and drive, spend never end of rhymes all night. Cocaine writes checks that both your body and soul must cash. The promise of cocaine always falls short of the price one must pay. Indulgence and cocaine crafts a dangerous tapestry woven in the soft road. But what starts as a thrill often ends in the chaos. Heirs to goddess chaos says take the apple, Billy says the heirs to goddess chaos. Of a storm. Let caution be your compass. Cocaine is a treacherous road less traveled. Behind the allure, cocaine hides a silent menace, weighing in the shadows. Early line withdrawals of the boundary between a fleeting joy and lasting despair. Beware the white lie. Beware the white lie of cocaine that builds a castle on the sands of the deceit. And the dance with danger often begins with a seemingly harmless step. A snorting cocaine embraces both warm, but strangely, and as icy, finality, icy, crystal meth, or hence the meth, smoking that crystal ice, baby. I'm puffing on that infinite dragon again, puffing that crystal, puffing that crystal ice, baby. The world of cocaine is painted with glitz, glam, and undeniable charisma. It's the glitter accessory in a world of high stakes, and even higher paces. Cocaine walked up a runaway of nightlife, turned hours into limit timeless moments. Cocaine walked up runaway of nightlife, turned hours into timeless moments. Turn hours into timeless moments. There I go, spitting. You know it. I'm about to fall on the floor. I drank too much alcohol. I'm intoxicated. Well, there I go. You know, well, there I go. I'm spitting notes into my phone. It never ends, don't you know? Well, there it goes, the infinite notes inside my phone. A junkie spends half his life waiting. A junkie spends half his life waiting for the heroin fix. I need my fix, my dog food, I said. When you stop growing, you start dying. When you stop growing, you start dying. An addict never stops growing. A user is a continual state of shrinking and growing in his daily cycle of shot need for a shot completed. I can't imagine what other people think. A cold turkey is like, it's fucking awful. On the scale of things, it's better than having your leg blown off in the trenches. Better than starving to death, but you don't want to go there. The whole body just sort of turns itself inside out and rejects itself for 3 days, you know, and 3 days is going to come down. It's going to be the longest 3 days you've spent in your life, and you wonder why you're doing this to yourself. Why are you doing this to yourself? I'm addicted to the dragon, puffing on the crystal ice, baby. When you could be living a perfectly normal fucking rich rockstar life. Rhymes all night, puffing on that crystal ice, and there you are, puking and climbing walls. Why do you do that to yourself? I don't know. I still don't know. Your skin is crawling, your guts are churning. You can't stop your limbs from jerking and moving about, and you're throwing up and shit, and at the same time you're throwing up and shit, and at the same time, oh my god, rhyme, and shit's coming out your nose and your eyes. And the first time that happens for real, first time you withdraw, and that's when a reasonable man says, I'm hooked. But even that doesn't stop a reasonable man from getting back on it. I need to fix my dog food. I said, but husband, when it happens and it's hard, we decide certain things and realize there's a truth in all those dark, lonely days. And not just hiding all the drugs, pulling all the plugs. He had an instantaneous look about him, a glimmer and a glint over those eyes. He knew how the world worked and took pleasure in the wickedness. He would give a dime or two to those sitting out in the street. He would tell them things like, it won't get any better and might as well use this to buy your next fix. I need my dog food, my next fix. I need to inject it, I said. I need to inject my next fix. I need my dog food, I said. I'm crystal meth. The crystal meth begins to speak from the ice pipe again. The crystal meth begins to speak from the ice pipe, whispering again. I destroy homes. I tear families apart. I take your children, and that's just a start. I'm more of value than diamonds, more precious than gold. The sorrow I bring as a sight to behold. If you need me, remember I'm easily found. I live around you in school and in the town. I live with the rich. I live with the the poor. I live down the road, and maybe even next door. I'm made in a lab, and not like you think. I can be made under your kitchen sink, and or in your child's closet, and even in the woods if it scares you to death. Well, it certainly should. I have met many times, but I have met many names, and I have met many names just like the devil. I have met many names, but there's one you know best. I'm sure you've heard of me. My name is Crystal Meth, or Teat Nut, or Ice, or Shard. My power's awesome. Just try me, you'll see. But if you do, you may never break free. You'll never break free from me, David. I'm Ice Statement and something, man. You tried me once, and I might let you go, but try something more, and I'll own your fucking soul. When I possess you, you'll steal and you'll lie. You'll do things you need to do just to get high. You'll do anything you need to just to get high. Your life belongs to the ice. David's life belongs to the ice. I've been trying to fill this hole deep inside my chest. I promise I plead, but you still left like all the rest. You still left like all the rest. So here I sit once again. I'm all alone. You won't even send a text out my phone. That this is where I failed to stay strong. This life of mine starts to go wrong. I took my lighter and fired up the brass. I'm lighting up that crystal meth pipe, but said, up again. As I sit here and silently wait, I can only think this isn't love. It must be hate. I've been lost in your tantalizing charms. Of love can crystallize things. I've been lost in your tantalizing charms. All I want to do is feel you in my arm. I just want to feel you in my arm and take a hit with that ice pipe. About meth addiction and dangerous affliction. It can ruin lives. It's painful friction. Powerful drug that can't take control, leaving you with an empty soul. Leaves you with an empty soul. You sold your soul to me, David. I don't want to leave me in my dark land. I possess your soul, your mind, your heart, and your body. Rep credit. Ice demon inside me. I'm puffing on that. I'm forever puffing on that crystal. I'm forever puffing on that infinite drac game. I'm puffing on that crystal. Ice, baby. I'm forever puffing on that infinite drac game. Puffing on that crystal. Ice, baby. Your teeth will rot. Your skin will age. Your mind will twist with each passing stage. Meth addiction, a dark and deadly game. One that only leads to pain and shame. So if you're tempted by its fleet and high, remember the cost before you try. Rhymes all night. I'm more successful than the devil, so I'm really the devil. If the devil did exist, he'd worship me because I'm more successful than he is. Says the crystal ice. Call me Shard, Teat Nut, or Ice. But you may know who I am, but not what I can do. So let me extend some knowledge to you. I see you're new to the game. This game I know very well. You won't even remember the date you fell. I'll let you go places deep inside your mind. Then I'll twist your perception of the things you might find. I'll take you places so dark that only shadows can dwell. I'll let you stand on the threshold of the doorway to hell. Then with all your sexual senses heightened, I'll make you do things which you weren't before frightened. The whispers of meth, coming from the meth pipe again. The whispers of meth coming from the meth pipe again. The whispers of meth coming from the meth pipe again. I relapsed more than once. The evil and Tyson left can crystallize things. I still pay for my mistakes. I warn you, he will destroy your life. It will take his name as crystal meth, hence the meth. Some call him Ice, or Shard, or Teat Nut. He changed my life, and it has never been so hard. He swept me off my feet at first sight. We danced and laughed all through the night, but then he smiled. The smile started fading. Then the smile started fading. He whispered in my ear. Words that tormented my mind, but very, very clear. You're mine forever, David. Puffing that crystal ice, baby. He said, you are mine forever. You are mine forever. My lies you believed, and I will never love you like you love me. I'll never love you like you love me, says the meth pipe whispering to me about you. You'll lie on my demand. Your life now in the palm of my hand. Wham, bam, thank you, man. Betrayed by a friend. Almost showed me the end. Her name is Crystal Meth. She put me close to death. She asked me one day if I would like to come out and play. Come out and play, David, whispering from the meth pipe again. I don't want you to leave me up my dark land. I possess your soul, your mind, your heart, and your body. Right up, space demon inside me. I'm forever puffing on that infinite. I'm forever puffing on that infinite. Puffing on that infinite dragon. Right, been puffing on that crystal